What are the best equipment fleets doing? What are they doing differently? What do you see?
So we are starting to see more DC-DC conversions happening. Again, to help manage the APUs, help isolate banks of batteries. So you've heard terminology out there now. What we use here in Canada, and maybe it's the same in the US, Brank, is hybrid type batteries on the SLI flooded size. So it's a hybrid or dual purpose type. Getting back to Matt's point, it's more of not a true deep cycle, but more of a heavy cycle type battery that we see on the flooded side. So it's choosing the right battery for these applications. And when we talk AGM or lithium, it's again understanding what the different types of AGM technology are, whether it be a traction type AGM or a starting AGM. And then the lithium batteries, of course, is another conversation that we're starting to see more of now, just as people start exploring, how do we best manage some of these loads and what's going to give us the best runtime on these vehicles. So I think, and we're seeing it here in Canada. I know they're seeing it throughout the US, where we have some larger fleet customers and companies that are moving towards potentially a lithium option and at least trying a few sets in their vehicles to see how that performs overall for the auxiliary side and the house side.
And Jamie, we're seeing the same, as we work with our distribution partners who have all the relationships with the fleets. It's real simple. It's not one battery fits all. No. And some of these fleet operators or maintenance people, they've been doing this for a long time, and they've been using Group 31s for a long time, and the applications, and it's really about education. It's about letting them know, because a lot of this stuff doesn't always come that way from the factory. It could be just a standard flooded battery. And Matt and I, we did another call a while ago. We were talking about the different loads on a commercial vehicle, especially in a sleeper application. When you're talking about just a day cab over the road, you've got all these sensors and modules, and to the telematics and all this stuff communicating back and forth as that truck is sitting in the yard. It's just slowly milliamps discharging those batteries. And if the battery isn't designed to do that, it's just not going to last. And that's what's happening today. We came up with a list, and it was on the sleeper cabs. I mean, it's like a motorhome. Behind those seats, it's like a motorhome. Refrigerators, coffee makers, microwaves, flat screen TVs, computers, electric blankets, satellite entertainment systems, laptops, sewing machines, crock pots. This is, people live in there, and it's all running off batteries that just weren't designed to do that. So I think we do a good job with helping our distribution partners, working with their fleets, but it's just really important. And we're starting to see it. You get some of the larger fleets today that run coast to coast. They have 8 batteries, 4. So you see a lot more AGM there, because the AGM batteries, especially in the house loads, will be able to take that pounding on those batteries when you have all those heavy currents going into there. And then they might have flooded batteries on the starting side. So it is being addressed at the OE for sure, because like you guys both said, these vehicles are becoming more electrified every single year. But again, not just on the mechanical side, but on the luxury side, or the things I like to have, things I want to need, things that I need to live with as I'm, going coast to coast. So, it's good. It's an awareness thing, but, as a battery manufacturer, it's up to us to make sure we're educating everyone about it.